Mi madre también está de repente. Ha decidido que fue un momento para entrar. Que no. Bueno, lo último que hice fue ayudar a los del árbol, que era una misión secundaria chorra, que lo que querían era darle frutas a todo el mundo. ¿Te acuerdas que hubo una de ir a rescatar a una señora, tal? Pues la señora se murió cuando lo del ataque titán. Y ahora el árbol se llama en Melea o algo así, en reconocimiento a ella. Bueno, y ahora ya nos vamos a donde está el tío de Clive, supuestamente. Y quieren ir al cristal este, de aquí.
Do you think it was wise to leave, Gav? He didn't seem pleased.
I needed his eyes and nose in Dhalmekia. I'm not about to let Kupka take us unawares. Besides,
Kupka es titán.
he has a knack for that sort of thing.
That he does.
Wasn't it Sid who said that matters such as these are best left to dominance? Especially should one of his beloved opportunities to grow and change present itself.
I always knew that I would return one day. Return to Ironhome.
For what?
After learning the truth, you were given the chance to face your past. If I am to continue at your side, I must do the same.
We will face it together then.
To the end.
Come on.
How far do you think your mother's reach extends? Will we find the same tragedy in the south as we did at Martha's Rest?
More than likely. Which is why we should hurry. There are still many settlements between here and Port Isolde. We visit as many as we can and hear their stories. Starting with the village of Amber.
Esto es lo que te he dicho, que traes al Chocol. Me dan un poco los bichos y ahora voy para allá.
Come on. Straight home now. Good girl.
Mockery of justice is what it is. Lord Elwyn would never have stood for this.
Quiet, you! Nothing, we're loyalists.
Jill, look.
Rosaria must be cleansed of the stain which befouls her, that she might rise once again from the ashes to welcome a new dawn. 'Twould be a pity to make examples of you all for the transgressions of but a handful.
Of course, Your Lordship. You shall have our full cooperation.
What business could the Black Shields have in a village this small? There's barely room to hide a bearer.
Then they must be here for something else.
You fancy dancing a gallows jig like the miller's son?
Excuse me, but what was all that about earlier?
You haven't heard? Someone's been stirring up trouble. There've been attacks on the garrison, supplies stolen. They even say a Black Shield was murdered. The Empire wants answers, and what the Empire wants, Empire gets.
Don't they just?
Keep your ears open, eh? The Black Shields will pay good coin for information on the culprits. You'd have to be dull as a sack of stones to think you could take on the Empire. You seen him, didn't you?
I'm sorry.
The Black Shields. Just now. You seen them, didn't you? At least I think they was the Black Shields. Can't say I ever saw one before.
Was this the first time they visited the village?
But what do you think? Amber's the arse end of nowhere. And they thought we might be harboring firebrands. Huh. If only we were. I might have turned them in and become a Black Shield myself.
You don't think these firebrands the Empire is looking for could be us, do you?
I don't know. But we need to find out. Greetings, friend. We are travelers.
I know that. What do you want?
We couldn't help noticing those Imperial soldiers who were here earlier.
Don't you go telling these strangers a thing. I speak for the people of this village, and we have nothing more to say to you. You are to leave Amber and never come back.
May I at least ask why?
I don't know who you are or what brings you here, but your presence puts us all in grave danger. The Empire is a harsh master. Its demands are great, and its justice swift. But as long as we keep our heads down and pay our tributes, we are left alone. Some might call it submission. But if it will spare my people the Viceroy's wrath, then I will gladly submit. This village will not become another Eastpool.
Then we shall be on our way. These people live with a knife to their throats. In the mistaken belief that if they cooperate, my mother will show them mercy.
Obedience bought with fear.
Are you all right?
Sorry, It's nothing. We still don't know who the Black Shields are looking for.
Well, whoever they are, the Imperials deem them worth pursuing to the back of beyond. But other than Martha, who else in Rosari would have the courage to stand against the Empire? A new ally would certainly be welcome. Can we find them before the Imperials do? Perhaps the next village will yield more answers.
Perhaps.
Let's go. This pass will take us through the mountains.
And directly into the path of whoever or whatever lurks here.
Hostia. Llevan espadas láser.
Thanks, girl.
Cazador Empirio. Ah, son las cosas antiguas de las ruinas de los Empirios. Vale.
Ever since the Apollo tree, we've seen more and more of these echoes.
What do you think is breaking them? The mother crystals collapsed?
I have an idea. You're not going to like it.
Bueno, pues ver qué hay por aquí y explorar un poquillo la zona. Supongo que ese será el otro camino, si no nos hubiéramos desviado por el poblado. Y aquí es donde nos hemos encontrado con los primeros enemigos, parece ser. No, deberían de haber sido por aquí. Vale, yo qué sé. Ahí, ahí, coño. Guardas oscuros. No podemos decir que sean muy duchos en combate los pobres. Si algo le falta es que haya ataques elementales, me explico. Son plantas, ¿por qué demonios el fuego no les hace más daño? Pues porque el juego no está programado para que eso pase, y es una lástima, porque eso sí que estaría bien. Por ejemplo, que a estos el juego no les haga nada, y al contrario, da igual lo que les hagas, es siempre los mismos ataques. Es una especie de cosa. Bueno, pues bien. Ah, y una de las misiones secundarias que hice, me dieron un colgante que subía bastante el ataque, me cambié uno de los que tenía, o sea que al final las misiones secundarias sí que están dando objetos buenos. No puedo saltármelas demasiado. A ver, puedo porque me estoy pasando el juego con la flota del... Pero sería conveniente no hacerlo, por si acaso después la dificultad se dispara. Cosa que tampoco descarto porque el Final Fantasy VII todo era fácil hasta que llegaba hasta los dos últimos capítulos y de repente la dificultad se disparaba sin ningún sentido. Así que nunca se sabe cuándo el juego puede decir nada. Subidón de dificultad. Pero ahora mismo es que ni siquiera utilizo todas las cosas.
And still wet.
You were told to stay in your homes.
The Black Shields.
You know who we are.
La gallina gigante
And
nos sigue, sí.
still, you would bear your steel. Why then, we owe you our thanks. You have saved us the trouble of an interrogation.
A ver,
Dwell in darkness, that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On these, our swords we swear.
la verdad es que es una putada porque luego alguien tiene que sacarle la espada y la voy a meter por el culo. Y eso es lo que tengo. Primero los magos, que son estos. Afuera. Por si acaso tuvieron alguna magia rara, ya están fuera. Pero... ¿y para los demás? Que hace rato que no lo uso. Bueno, de habilidades voy bastante bien. Dentro de nada subiré y me pondré una barra de límite más que no me dura casi.
tell me what I want and the end will be swift. Who are you looking for?
Why, you. We come bearing a message. Your friends have been found. The branded you freed from our camps. They await you in Oldhill. Guardians of the Flame.
Those are Old Hill's gates.
Then we hurry.
Aquí es donde se viene el bosecillo, en esa aldea, supongo. Ha relajado bastante, el tema de los bosses. Es que al principio era batalla de minions, boss, batalla de minions, boss. Y ahora siguen habiendo, pero ya lo ha relajado un poco.
Find something, boy. Death.
Found her.
This was my mother's doing.
But why? Why would anyone...
I don't know. I never truly understood her. But this...
Oh, Clive.
I will learn what madness drives her, and I will end it. We should go.
Oye, pero pongan un boss o un mid-boss de esos que salen de vez en cuando. Esos que tiene la barrita amarilla. Hace rato, que no me enfrento a nada de eso.
We won't. But if the Black Shields have made it this far south, they may already be in Port Isolde.
We're approaching Buick Bridge. Though I doubt the Empire would let us cross over to Rosalith.
De hecho, ya los veo, están ahí al fondo. Ah, no, estos son aldeanos normales.
Didn't happen to come by way of Oldhill, did you? Saw some Imperials clad in black making for the docks just the other day. The next morning, you couldn't see the sun for all the ravens.
I did, Mummy. I could hear him shouting from down the road.
En honor a los 250 años de historia del Gran Ducado de Rosaria. Gloria eterna al Fénix y a su pueblo.
Didn't hear nothing.
They tell us there's a curfew, and then refuse us passage back to our homes.
We won't survive another night.
Passage to the provincial capital is restricted to Imperial Army personnel.
The gates are closed! Begone!
They're all Rosarian.
But this is their home.
I'm hungry.
You find no succor to the south travellers, nor beyond the Buin. The Empire has seen fit to banish us from our own land.
Mira, aquí no puedo llamar al pájaro.
No here.
Sí, como me gusta esta habilidad y que no la tengan todos los poderes. O sea, que una habilidad se sustituya por esta mierda. Me parece de locos. Pero de locos, ¿eh? Coño, cangrejos. Cangrejo maligno. Ya tenemos cena. Ya puedo llamar al pollo. Me encanta la musiquita de buen rollo cuando acabamos de ver una cosa. Terrible. Mira, y ellos también se suben los 8 cobos para ir más rápidos. Bien. No es el loco que lo voy a llevar rápido por sí. No me desplanta.
The Lazarus. What happened to this place?
My mother happened. The nobles who lived here didn't stand a chance. Let's hope my uncle fared better.
Yo lo que quiero son los objetos, que no me molesten los minions.
That's the main gate. And it looks like we're not the only ones hoping to get in.
Mercy! Voice-ridden dogs they are! You can't ignore us forever!
Let us in or we'll die on your doorstep!
Better out there than in here!
Oh, get enough rocket!
Hang it, chinless bastards! Those crystals belong to us all!
I said, where were you, filth?
Back to your stall!
Cut you down where you stand!
Just try it!
No chance of slipping through unnoticed. We'll need to find another way in. I thought we might be able to reason with the guards. Or at least bribe them.
I suspect everyone in that crowd thought the same. Was that the only way in?
Officially, yes. Strictly speaking, no. My uncle once told me that the nobles had tunnels built, so that they could visit town without having to walk amongst the rabble. The Lazarus. We'll find our way into the city there.
If you're sure. The entire place looked abandoned. Do you think it's safe?
As long as it is abandoned.
The good news is we haven't seen a single black shield since Old Hill.
Maybe they found who they were looking for.
Chum.
This is nothing like I remember it.
How quickly a crown can lose its luster.
Not abandoned then.
Oi! Visitors!
Contra esta no nos peleamos ni de coña. Ah, pues sí.
Apologies. We'll show ourselves out.
Uy. Por eso quiero que pongan bosses, que esto es demasiado fácil, es que no hago nada.
I've only ever seen one man fight like that. And he's long dead.
Then perhaps it's time you joined him.
Que es tu tío, imbécil, no lo ves, es igual que tú.
Phoenix. It can't be. I was there when you died.
Ah, ese es uno de los soldados estos, el amigo.
Forgive me, my lord. I knew not whom I addressed. You have naught to fear from us. Founder, it really is you.
It is.
¿Pero qué pasa? Que esa noche no murió nadie y que están todos vivos. Está vivo el hermano, está vivo el caballo, está vivo este.
We can speak inside.
And those who wouldn't bend the knee?
We left before the Empire could make examples of us, though we didn't go far. And we banded together to form the Guardians of the Flame soon after. Alas, there is only so much a handful of aging shields can do against the might of an empire. But we've seen to it that their stay has been anything but pleasant. Of late, though, we've had our hands full just trying to keep the Duchy's few remaining bearers out of the Imperial's clutches.
The Cullings. We saw what happened in Old Hill.
Aye. The foul work of the Black Shields and their mistress.
You mean my mother? But it doesn't make sense. Even knowing what I know about her. Her hatred for bearers was no secret, but She wouldn't have been ignorant of their value to the realm.
No offense, my lord, but in case you haven't noticed, the Lady Annabella couldn't care less about the realm. She barely even cares for her own home. That much has been plain since the slaughter at Eastpool. And since granting the Holy Emperor a new heir, her obsession with bearers only seems to have grown.
¿A que tiene un hijo?
As to why, I don't know. Maybe she can't bear the thought of anyone having the power to challenge her beloved son.
¿Nos dicen quién es su hijo? No.
Her son.
Sir Wade, the Black Shields have broken camp. They march in full force for Buick Bridge.
Then so do we.
Make ready.
¿Será el dragón? No, el dragón no puede ser. Sí, será Bahamut el dragón.
This is their main host. If we remove the head, perhaps we can prevent what happened at the docks from happening somewhere else. If I do nothing, then the blood of their next victims will be on my hands.
Yours and ours. We too have witnessed the crimes these men who dare call themselves Shields have committed in my mother's name. It cannot be allowed to continue. We must put a stop to this madness.
We must. So let us go with you. For the good of Rosaria.
I was hoping you'd say that. Very well. If that is your wish, I would be honored to serve at your side.
And we at yours.
So Wade, let us do our duty.
With pleasure, my lord.
I imagine this endeavor will require more than just our wits.
Pero qué ingenio.
Sir Wade has a good quartermaster.
Pero aquí aprovisionarnos si no ha gastado nada. Vamos a enfrentarnos. No voy a comprar nada, no voy a mejorar nada. Vamos a pegarnos ya, hombre. Y por favor, un bosecito o
Tell
algo.
us then, Sir Wade. What is your plan?
Nothing fancy. You, Lady Jill and I make for Buick Bridge and provoke the main host at their encampment. Sensing an opportunity to end the Guardians, the Black Shields will call for reinforcements, who will be met from the rear by parties of my brothers hidden throughout the surrounding hills. This will allow us to wage battle on the bridge without fear of being overwhelmed. While the Black Shields have an advantage in numbers, you see, they prefer to fight in small units, which we can use to our advantage.
How small exactly?
Small enough, now that I have you and Lady Jill for company. I doubt I could have done this on my own.
But until we arrived, that was your plan. You haven't changed a bit.
So Wade, the bearers from Old Hill have been laid to rest.
Very good. Now make ready for battle.
As you command.
Thank you, Sir Wade. Perhaps now they will find peace.
There is but one thing which will grant them peace. Putting an end to the Black Shields.
And so we shall.
Algunos personajes se unen a tu grupo como acompañantes durante un tiempo, sin embargo no podrán acompañarte si te desplazas a otra ubicación del mapa. Vale.
We'll keep them from me. The blessing of the Phoenix go with you.
How long have you been pursuing the Black Shields?
Since they burned their first village. We tracked down the bastards responsible and fed their corpses to Stillwind. Suffice to say, that got their attention. It's been a game of cat and mouse ever since.
Se resultará que la mierda pollo amarillo que tienen los otros corre más que el mío. Se ha complicado la cosa en el puente del pis. Pues mira, en 3, en 2, en 1.
What is it now? I told you. We bear a message for the Viceroy. From the Guardians of the Flame. Ha! You presume to tell us that a pair of filthy vagabonds, a woman and a dog, could guard aught against the might of the Black Shields? Then come! Die along with your flame! For Azaria!
For Azaria!
La animación de desenvainando la espada podría ser mejor.
Petty revolution ends here. On these our swords we swear. Bloody hell! Reinforcements from the far bank!
Another wyvern to fight their battle for them.
Coño, por fin un dragón.
More dragons.
Worms. The Imperials aren't taking any chances. I can't say I'm flattered.
Oh, un dragoniano, bien.
A noble stand, albeit a misguided one. In taking it, you have but proven our point. That this land is in dire need of cleansing. Glad you're here.
Hola, qué hostia me ha dado. Vale, a ver.
There's no one left to keep them occupied. We need to finish this.
You mean finish him?
Uy, enemigos normales, vale. Ah. este sí, este me ha gustado más. Tengo que ver más enemigos de esos, eso es muy fácil. He utilizado una poción porque no sabía lo que iba a pasar. Podía perder la partida. Bien. Bien.
I don't see any more.
Nor do I. The plan worked.
It did. It bloody worked. We sent every last one of the rotten bastards straight to the mud. Lord, perhaps this will be enough to stop the Cullings. For the time being, at least.
Perhaps. Though I doubt my mother will take this loss well. She'll move swiftly to see her minions' ranks replenished.
And then it will all begin again. I often wonder if the nation we once knew is gone for good. Her fields rot. Her people starve. We battled to preserve the flame that was, but for every foe we fell, another springs up in its place. Yet be that as it may, it is still our home, and we must fight for it. As we always have, and always will. For as long as the Firebird's flame burns in our hearts, the Duchy cannot die. And her loyal subjects may dream of a day when the Rosarian standard flies over Rosalith once more.
So wait,
Think we should fall back to Port Isolde before the garrison sends reinforcements? A sound strategy, my lord.
Vale, respecto a tu pregunta, si el ataque cargado me carga menos vida, imagino que te refieres a la forma esa de fuego que tiene Clive. Sí, carga bastante menos que la batalla aquella contra el boss. Nunca ha cargado más, o sea, carga poquito, la verdad. Pero esa batalla se ve que está hecha para no perderla, o algo, y carga un poquito más.
And how long has my uncle been funding you and your comrades' endeavors?
Since the beginning. Lord Byron was the first person I turned to after forming the Guardians. And had I known of this tunnel back then, I wouldn't almost have been hanged by the city guard for trying to sneak over the wall.
I suppose a formal request for an audience would have appeared suspicious.
And appearances must be maintained. Were the Vice-Regency to catch wind of Lord Byron's involvement in our movement, they'd seize his estate and send him to the gallows, where he would be of no use to anyone. And so, though it sickens him to the soul, he plays the part of the loyal lord, knowing that one wrong move might prove his downfall. It is why he remains ever vigilant. Don't be surprised if he refuses you an audience, especially since you're famously dead.
Then I will have to think of a way to prove that I am neither wraith nor wrongdoer.
I might have something which could help with the latter.
Una insignia.
It's the mark of the Guardians. Display it, and those who love Rosaria will know where your loyalties lie.
Es que es increíble que todo el mundo en este juego dé una cosa de estas.
I shall wear it with pride.
Ahora no tiene ningún sentido.
You do. I don't want my men attacking you again. Unless you deserve it.
Porque
Tyler could have been here to see you. Or the Lord Commander.
Thank you, Sir Wade. If there is ever anything you need.
I know. Go on now, my lord.
No tiene ningún sentido porque, jolines, al final no es un mundo abierto en el que necesitas ciertos objetos para pasar a algún lado. Es un juego lineal y coño, y todo lo resuelve con un objeto que es más propio de los mundos abiertos.
How accommodating. Do you really think they believe we are who we say we are?
Not a chance. Right to guess, my uncle believes we're imposters here to rob him. He means to string us up himself.
Imagine my surprise when I was told my nephew had come to visit. Clive Rosfield died long ago. And for uttering his name here, you shall pay with your tongue! You would mock me as well?
It is I, Sir Crandall of Camelot, loyal servant to Her Serene Holiness, Saint Sybil the Unshod. Meadow, thou vile sorcerer, for thy crimes against church and crown, I shall have thy head.
Curse thee, infectious flax wench. Even in death, must thou plague me still? Very well. I shall open the gates of hell, that thou might see thy charge once more.
Bravo, Uncle. You're still the finest Meadow in the twins.
Oh, Clive, my dear boy, it's really you. You always were fond of that scene from The Saint and the Sanctuary. Never did let me play Sir Crandall.
I have a favor to ask, Uncle Byron.
Rutherford, inform the kitchens. There'll be guests. We dine immediately.
But, Uncle...
You can't very well regale me with the tale of your miraculous preservation on an empty stomach. Go on, sit. See that you use the good plates, Rutherford. So you arrived late to one of her cullings, did you? Since becoming Vicereine, Annabella has been a constant thorn in Rosaria's side, but these atrocities are a new low. Something has changed. Quite what, I don't know, but the woman we knew is gone, and a monster sits in her place.
A monster?
For better or worse, I've been charged with governing this town, and thus must maintain the illusion of obedience. That's all I can do to aid Wade and his merry band of revolutionaries.
So he's told us. You have risked much for Rosaria. Our nation will be forever in your debt.
It has been 20 years, Clive. The nation your father and your forefathers fought to defend is no more. Perhaps it would be otherwise had I the courage of my brother. All right, if it's a ship you require, a ship you shall have. I've a galley in port, but recently relieved of her cargo. She can be outfitted for the voyage in a matter of weeks.
So you believe us, then? About everything?
Believe you? Ha! Only a fool would believe even half of the things you claim. But until tonight, only a fool would have believed my nephew still lived. And besides, I have it on good authority that Clive is telling the truth.
Whose authority?
Your own, of course. You've always been a terrible liar.
Is that true?
It's not untrue.
Let's say no more about it, eh? It wouldn't do to linger on my nephew's greatest failing.
Esta canción es muy de Final Fantasy, tal cual. Esta.
The one thing I cannot believe, though, is all this about you being Sid. You were always such a good boy. But now you're quite the outlaw. Which, if I'm not mistaken, would make me an outlaw's uncle. Right then, who shall we pillage first? Rutherford, fetch me my cutlass. This will be fun.
Over there. Go on.
She's a fine ship, isn't she? Once outfitted, she'll bear us across the boiling sea to Drustinus in the space of 3 days. Something on your mind?
Monsters. When I served the Iron Kingdom, I did so because I saw no other choice. Because once they learned that Lash would not move me, they turned it on those who could. And so I became their puppet. I let them pull my strings, telling myself it was not my hand that swung the sword, but another's. I removed myself from the truth so I wouldn't feel the pain it caused. And before I knew it, I no longer felt anything. Anything at all. I had become a monster. I don't want to be a monster, Clive. Do you understand? I want to choose a different path, a better path. To live on my own terms. But before I can do that, I need to come to terms with my past.
And when you do, I'll be standing there with you, just as you stood with me.
Thank you, Clive.
No me lo puedo
I
creer.
must atone for my sins. Only then, when it's done, will the monster cease to be.
Just promise me that you won't die with it. Now, let's get some sleep. The journey back to Benamir is long, and there is much to tell the others.
No me lo puedo creer. Que no se lían. Que llevan así ya 5 años, por favor. Qué imbécil es eso. La hostia.
founder knows what awaits us in the Iron Kingdom, but Vivian could probably make an educated guess.
A ver, lo primero. No pueden fabricarme nada nuevo.
Black, are you? What's saying forwarding, do you?
No, no puedo mejorarme nada. Bueno, pues nada. Sí, tampoco puedo comprarme nada mejor. Más bien fabricar Fulmecia, que es la que tengo, creo. Y mejorar. Si no me deja mejorar nada.
Anything else?
And what can I do for you? Come again. Or don't. I'm not much bothered either way.
Ah, mira, ese es el símbolo de ahí de misión secundaria. Es misión secundaria relacionada con la historia o algo así. Vamos a hacer esa primero antes de continuar. Porque como una como estas, que no es una exclamación, fue donde encontré a Ambrosia.
Clive! Oh, am I glad to see you.
Is something wrong?
It's Blackthorn. He ain't himself. And if I'm honest, he ain't been for a while. Look, normally it only takes a couple of drinks to perk him back up, but not this time. Something's getting him down. And whatever it is, he ain't telling. It's like he's lost his spark, you know? He's barely got enough fire in his belly to get the ump about stuff. But I'm thinking he might if we both bent his ear, because he respects you, innit? So, what'd you say?
Fine. If he...
Knew you'd understand.
But if he doesn't want to talk, we let him be. I'll open up when he's ready.
All right. Now, wait a bit, then head over when you're ready.
First August, and now you. What are you pair up to? What's it got to do with me?
August was worried that something had been weighing on your mind. I thought you might want to talk about it.
Did you now? I told you not to stick your nose in my business. What'd you go and do?
Clive just wants to help, innit? What's so bad about that? Talk to him. You never know, you might feel better for getting it all out in the open. Please, mate. I'm worried about you.
Phil shut you up. It's nothing really. Stupid. Not the sort of thing you bother people about.
Why don't you tell us all the same?
Karen and I have an arrangement. I keep an eye on Goots, and she shows me what the competition's up to. Interesting arms and armor, things like that. Anyway, the other day, she shows me a cuirass she's come by. Masterpiece of level work. Light, supple, and tougher than it had any right to be. Made my stuff look like heavy, clumsy shit. Should have put the bastard thing there and then just to study it, but I was too proud. Now, every time I reach for my hammer, I'm reminded that I'm not the craftsman I thought I was. There. You happy? You got what you came for? Now piss off.
All right. We're going. I always thought of old Blackthorn as a bit of a force of nature. like a storm cloud full of ale. Didn't think anything could rattle him. Least of all a stupid piece of leather.
Blackthorn's always taken pride in his craft. Questioning it means questioning himself. Something tells me this is only going to get worse. If he has doubts, it will affect his work, which will only add to his problems. We need to nip this in the bud.
I couldn't agree more.
He said he should have bought that cuirass. Perhaps we should track it down for him. Assuming you're happy to help, that is.
Too bloody right I am.
Glad to hear it. First things first, then. We need to speak to Karen.
Me vais a hacer pagarlo a mí.
That monster's taken quite a liking to...
Karen, do you have a moment? Blackthorn mentioned that you'd recently come by a leather cuirass. An exquisite example of the craft.
And he ain't been himself since he saw it. So we thought we'd buy it for him.
Sorry, sold it already. Didn't think Blackthorn cared for it the way he turned his nose up. But it was nicely put together, that's for certain. Even if the bloke who made it is a bit of an odd one. Happened across him on my travels. Asked all his stuff to order, but the fella who commissioned it refused to pay. He didn't like the colour of summit. So I took it off his hands for a fair price.
You don't know where we might find him, do you?
Like I said, he's a bit of an odd one. Doesn't even have a workshop. Don't trust hunters neither, which means he spends as much time out tracking beasties as he does working their hides.
I see.
He did tell me something, though. Apparently, his next commission's for a set of griffin hide greaves.
Here, there's a griffin on the hunt board. The Cursebreakers were placing bets on who'd bag it. Now, where the bleeding hell was excited? Somewhere in Sambrec, maybe... Caer Northern, that was it.
Thank you, Karen. We'd be lost without you.
At least you admit it.
So, it sounds like going after that griffin might be the best chance we have of finding our roaming leatherworker.
I'll leave the hunting to you if you don't mind. While you get on with that, I'll ask around the markets. See if I can't sniff out who he is and where...
Good idea. Hopefully one of us will be able to track him.
Vale. Voy a hablar con este que me queda en su misión secundaria ya.
I didn't take you for a scholar, Ivan.
Oh, this? Well, it's Valisthea, a culinary pilgrimage. I borrowed it from old tomes. Seems there's no creature in the realm so foul it can't be cooked up into something delicious.
I think I'll stick to the unfoul ones, thanks.
Oh, where's your sense of adventure, Sid? Honestly, one glance at these recipes, and even you would trade in your sword for a butcher's cleaver. From spit roasts to sweetmeats, this book has them all. What I wouldn't give to bring these recipes to life.
If it's my blessing you're hoping for, then by all means.
Well, I'm no hunter, Sid. The first ton of worm I came across would be the death of me. But you're made of sterner stuff. Would you...
Ay, qué
Something
remedio.
tells me you won't be taking no for an answer.
Fantastic!
So,
The only... A beast.
does the book say?
Well, only that the sweetest violets sprout at...
Roses. One of the butchers in Martha's Rest might know something.
Cuando pase por allí me lo hago. Mientras tanto no.
How did we never hear about these guardians of...
What's the matter, Nectar? The hunt board? It's where the Cursebreakers post sightings of particularly fearsome beasts. Just because they can't be dealt with when they're spotted, doesn't mean they can't be dealt with later.
Esto ya lo vimos.
Right. The people of Valisthea are going through a lot already. What with the Blight and the war. The last thing they need is ungodly fiends terrorizing them on top of everything else. So if the Cursebreakers are too busy to help, then perhaps I can. Or at least I can try.
Estos son los bichos que son súper difíciles. Esto ya lo vi, las escorias. A ver, el grifo, este ya está muerto. El ángel de la muerte, el elfo, una ave salvaje. Este es el grifo, dos mares. Cuando se dirigía al bastión Norben desde Loswyn, uno de nuestros compañeros fue derribado por una repentina ráfaga de viento seguida de un aullido tan aterrador que le hizo huir despavorido. Tras indagar entre los lugareños, parece ser que en la zona anida un vetusto grifo conocido como Dozmare, que sacia su apetito con chocobos y niños. Vale. Aquí es que ya no puedes hacer nada, que no se pueden elegir. No. Ni me marees. Yo no encuentro forma de elegir, vaya. Simplemente te dicen... El bastión Norwin, desde luego uno de nuestros compañeros ha derribado tras indagar. Puerta oeste del bastión Norden, en Sanbreque. No, hombre, no. Vale. A ver, ahora ya puedo ir a todas. Puerta norte en Sanbreque. Es que supongo que Sanbreque es esto, pero yo qué sé. Bastión Norden, puerta este. Northed, Loswyn, tendría que ser por aquí. Pero es que no lo pone. Ha dicho yendo desde Northridge hasta Loswyn, ¿no? A ver. Cuando se dirige al bastión, ojo que es de rango B, es difícil. Cuando se dirige al bastión Norben desde Loswyn, vale, al bastión Norben desde Loswyn, vale, pues desde Loswyn. Lo cual implica que en efecto es por aquí. Y el bastión... Vale, pues tiene que ser por aquí, no hay mucho más. Y lo encontraremos. Y ya veremos si lo puedo matar porque no he subido casi de nivel. Y si me costó un C. Y ahora intento con un B, pues no pinta bien la cosa, pero bueno. Se intentará.
Good day to you.
The crystals we get from the Taylor Order.
¿Qué es por arriba? Joder, qué mala suerte tengo, coño.
Word is, the Black Shields took a hiding in the hands of some bearers in the old duchy.
Ambrosia won't help me here. This is no time to ride.
Vale. Pues a ver, en principio para ir hacia Northridge este es el mejor camino. Si el bicho debería estar por aquí, es que no sé si hay que hacer algo cuando aceptas en el talón de anuncios, entiendo que no. Entiendo que es una pista y tú ya lo encuentras. Dragón Abyss. No, eso no es. Pero está bien practicar un poco. Uf. Pulsera de hipogrifo. Es que básicamente estoy ya a un nivel demasiado... Está muy fuerte el personaje, claro, luego te enfrentas a un enemigo que te zumba por niveles y ya estáis, te acaba la tontería, pero... Que encima se sacaba 6 niveles el pobre bicho ese. Ahora veremos qué tal si encuentro... Claro, la misión es consulta el tablón de anuncios si encuentra el grifo, por tanto, a mí que no me fastidien. El grifo debería estar por aquí, yendo desde Lost Wing hasta North Ridge. Y por ende en una zona que sea más o menos ancha, viendo que es un bicho de estos un poco más complejo, debería de estar. Nada, si son dragoncines. ¿No es el hipogrifo? ¿Qué va? ¿Qué es eso? Ah, eso es lo de la señora esa que era de... ¿Cómo se llamaba? Benedicta. Parecía una criatura de esas que hizo Benedicta. A ver, la cuestión es que Northwell debería de ser eso. North Ridge, entonces... Desde Lost Wing ya hemos venido. Por aquí yo creo que no había nada. El grifo debería estar como mucho aquí. Porque aquellos son chocobos. ¿Será aquello de allá? No, aquello también son bichos voladores. Que el único camino que hay es este. Ay, no, arañas no, es que no son, he dicho. Es que no hay más camino, lo único que se me ocurre es la cosa esa que no he explorado por allí. O la cosa esa que he dicho que es de la señora, pero igual no lo es. A ver. Es que no tiene pinta de ser escoria ni nada. No, es que eso no es un hipogrifo, coño. Ah, pero es un... No es el que estaba buscando, pero es uno de estos. De clase C. Es una escoria. La tengo bien cogida. Pues el C está bastante fácil. No he tenido que utilizar ninguna poción, ahora sí que las usaré. Pero el C es bastante fácil y además me he dado bastante de todo. Así que voy a ponerle... Voy a ponerle en habilidades. Esto, que es la superación. Y luego por 2000 podré dominarlo. Así que voy a gastar una poción y el resto lo dejo. Es que lo único que se me ocurre es que sea por aquí, pero por aquí no puede ser. No sé dónde puede estar el hipogrifo ese. Que no hay nada más aquí. Es que como llegué la primera vez. Para que me digan que desde los... Dale, nena. Y yo... Love you. La verdad que no sé dónde está, el hipogrifo de los cojones. En cuanto lo mate me voy a dormir yo también, que estoy cansadísimo.
coin to be had in this miserable land. Even if they wanted to trade with us.
I know. It was hard for us Dalmex here in Sanbreque before the capital fell, but now we'd be stoned if we even approached Northreach.
Vale, ya tengo claro dónde está. Está aquí. He tenido que mirarlo, siempre no tengo ni idea.
Good day to you.
The crystals we get from the Tailor Hall.
Sí, es verdad que por aquí fuimos, pero el camino no marca que llegáramos. O sea, no sé cómo cojones llegamos de aquí a allí, si no es por cinemática. El nivel teléfono. Y aún así algo aguantan, ¿eh? Tengo que no tener vida. Ahora solo falta que lo haya mirado mal y no sea aquí.
Griffins don't exactly make for easy prey. Let's hope our craftsman hasn't bitten off more than he can chew.
Bueno, confirmamos que es aquí entonces. Mira. Backbeak, no. Vamos a ver qué nivel es. Que eso es lo que puede complicarlo todo. Nivel 28, un nivel más que yo. Perfecto. Oh. No sé cómo se esquiva eso, probablemente saltando, pero no sé cómo se esquiva. Mierda, he fallado eso. No, saltando no es.
That's better.
Mierda con la puta carga cobrífica de los huevos, Claro, que en cualquier caso parece que no nos queda nada. Ya está claro cómo se esquiva. ¡Para abajo! Bien.
Something there, boy. Could that be our man? Are you all right?
Dare say I'll survive. That griffin caught me before I could get an arrow off. Must have lost sight of me in the grass, though. I'd be dead if it hadn't.
More likely than not.
The name's Camille. I'm a lowly leather worker, if you couldn't tell by the smell of me.
Not so lowly from what I hear. Do you remember selling to a merchant by the name of Karen?
She's not an easy woman to forget. Bought a cuirass from me after I lost my buyer. Quite taken with my work, as far as I recall. Didn't stop her bartering me down to a pittance, though. She send you for a refund?
It's not her who sent me.
Mañana se me olvidó mandarte el hillo. Te lo dije por aquí, pero no sé si lo verías por WhatsApp.
Well, consider me flattered.
You should be. He's a master of his art, and not an easy man to impress.
Blacksmiths are proud folk. It's a rare thing indeed for one to praise a glorified tanner. And I don't imagine an impressive swordsman like yourself would be getting your steel from any but the best. I'd dearly love to help a fellow craftsman, but... Actually, I suppose you could give him this.
What is it?
Treated leather. Same stuff I used to make that cuirass. If your man's as skilled as he sounds, he'll know what he's looking at.
You sure?
Well, you did save my life. And thanks to you, I'll be going home with all the griffin hide I can carry. I'd say it's the least I can do. Short of showing him how to make the thing myself, that is. But there are rules against it. Secrets of the trade and whatnot.
In that case, I'll see that he gets it.
I'd be much obliged if you would. Right. I've got some greaves to make. You send your blacksmith my regards.
Will do. And thank you. Hopefully this will sweeten Blackthorn's mood.
Venga, voy a ir a... antes de dejarle hacer la otra misión secundaria. Así si por algún casual ves esto. Pues bueno, ves que no he avanzado en lo principal.
What are you after?
Qué malas son las armas que venden aquí, Dios santo. A ver, señor, véndeme 3 pociones.
There you go.
Thank you for sticking with us.
Those of us who are still here have to look after each other, don't we?
Ah, welcome. Times may be hard, but if you got the gill, I got...
Unwanted violets. If you have them. Though I...
Boy, I haven't heard you're looking for scorpion tails. Unwanted violets is what folk used to call them back in the day. Used to chuck them in the pot when there weren't nothing else on offer. And there was a war on, that sort. And even if they were, you wouldn't find anyone.
Do the scorpions still...
I dare say they do.
Thank you.
Stay sharp.
¿Será que no he matado escorpiones? No he visto escorpiones a la vez.
Ambrosia won't help me here.
Ni siquiera lo han puesto de espaldas, ha sido como si te va a aparecer aquí y ya está. Bueno, no está mal. Como solución demencial, pero no está mal. Oh, de nivel 24, bien.
At least I know what I'm up against. I better get this back to Yvonne before it goes bad. Or anyone.
Did you find our mystery ingredient?
I did indeed.
Marvelous! Let's see.
You wouldn't be wrong.
Into the... I present Chance's stew, risen once again from the ashes of its grab a spoon, Sid. Let's eat while it's hot.
I'm not hungry.
Well, it'll be too late once I've licked the bowl clean. Your loss.
Y así fue como Cid se quedó sin cocinero. Qué asco. Claro, el homenaje que quieres, macho.
Odin's teeth. What an assault on the senses. It's like choking on swamp water. And yet, up through the pungency, there rise complex, meaty notes. It takes a moment to
recover from such an onslaught of flavours, but never have I tasted. I must share this gift. I won't rest until a steaming bowl of Chance's stew sips a single mouthful, and Molly will be breeding scorpions of her own.
Venga, la recompensa, ya ves. El emblema de protección mejorado, eso está muy bien. Me parece. Sí, porque tengo un emblema de protección, así que un emblema de protección mejorado, pues... incrementa la defensa en 30.
That monster's taken quite a liking to Lady Cat.
And with a bit of luck, Clive might even find him. How'd it go, Clive? Did you find him, or does the hunt continue?
I found him. And he asked me to give you this.
You're joking.
He said he wouldn't teach you how to work it, but that if you were as skilled as you sounded, you'd have no trouble understanding how it was done.
So that's his secret. Crafty bastard. He's layered and cross-grained it. A good few times too. No wonder it's tough. And that's no ordinary oil he's used to get that finish. Oh, this is fine work.
Yeah? I'll take your word for it. Just looks like leather to me. Still, I'm glad you're happy. Here, Clive. You didn't happen to catch the fella's name, did you?
Camille, I believe.
I thought as much. There ain't many leather workers in the realm daft enough to do their own hunting, see? And his name kept cropping up when I was asking around. Turns out he's from Tabor. And again, but our friend Camille guards a long-held family secret, the details of which are the subject of some debate in the leather work.
Then we better keep this close to our chests.
Listen, sorry for putting the buck still. I'm glad you...
That was the idea. Clive's idea. Anyway, he did most of the work.
It's good to have you back, Blackthorn.
Just don't expect me to go turning out work like this. There's a reason he does his own hunting. He knows exactly what hides to look for. And that's how he gets them to layer up so nicely. And don't get me started on how much oiling this leather would need. But I reckon I can make something about as good. Something a curse breaker will have no trouble caring for. Anyway, enough nattering. I've got work to be...
Looks like we won't be needing a new blacksmith.
As if there was a better one out there. It wouldn't have been the same anyway. No one spins a yarn like old Blackthorn in his cups. Right, now that's sorted. Thanks, Clive.
Clive. do you want?
No tengo Electrum.
How am I meant to do that then?
¿Cómo coño consigo Electrum? ¿Qué es Electrum? Ni masa gelatinosa. Supongo que será cosa de...
That monster's taken quite a liking to Lady Karen.
Well, don't just stand there gawping.
No sé, pero algún casual me lo vendieran, pero no creo. ¿Qué me van a vender? No me venden nada, como era bien.
Come again. Or don't. I'm not much bothered either way.
Bueno, pues aquí lo dejo, sin haber avanzado nada en la historia, nena. Te quiero...